A new era at CBS News begins December 4th.
That's right. Monday night, Jeff Glor will take over as the new anchor of the CBS Evening News. Glor has been a longtime correspondent now at CBS News. He grew up watching Walter Cronkite from his home near Buffalo, New York. Earlier today, we talked to Jeff about his life, his career, and what he hopes to bring to the anchor chair. It's got to be a little daunting when you think about Cronkite and Rather and all the big names. How daunting is this for you?
Sure it is, but I have a huge appreciation for the history of CBS News and where this organization has been. It's very meaningful to me. I've been a student of what CBS News has been able to do. I feel really lucky that I'm able to play a role in its future. In terms of the daunting part of that, we're focused on, I've always been focused on the story that we're doing that's right in front of us. For the last 20 years, that's what I've done, both in local news and at the network. And I think if we're taking each story by each story and doing the best we can, the rest will take care of itself.
You have been a longtime correspondent traveling all over the world for CBS News, but for folks who may not be familiar with you, tell us a little bit about yourself. What part of the country do you hail from? And tell us a little bit about your career path.
I'm from the Rust Belt. I grew up just outside Buffalo, New York. And then I went to Syracuse University, spent time in Syracuse after that, working on a local level. Then was in Boston and started at the network here at CBS News about 10.5 years ago.
Like Susan, a Syracuse alum. On Monday, what can we expect? I mean, how do you, in this day and age where the evening news has to compete for viewers, how can things change at CBS Evening News? What can viewers expect on Monday?
I think you'll see some tweaks here and there come Monday. I think you'll see some, as we move forward here, some longer form stories, some deeper dives, and some focus on some of the stuff that CBS News does so well. I think that it's also, it is a challenging time, yes, but I think there's a lot of opportunities here as well. And that is because, folks can find our stories and your newscasts and our newscasts in more ways than ever. And that is not just on TV screens, but on smartphones, on iPads, on computer screens, and I think that's a big opportunity for us.
Did you talk to Scott Pelley about this? What advice did he give you?
I did. I had a nice, very long conversation with Scott over lunch just after this was all announced. He gave me a lot of great advice. I probably will keep some of that between us, but I will say that Scott's a mentor of mine. I've learned an enormous amount from him, and he was extraordinarily generous with his time and his advice with me after it was announced that I was going to take this job.
Well, you're a young dad. You got 2 young kids. How is your family kind of bracing themselves for this new role for you?
How is my family bracing? Well, they're bracing by still waking me up in the middle of the night as often as possible, by not allowing me to get a full night's sleep ever. My daughter is 2. My son is 8. This is it. This is the best. I mean, I define myself for how I'm able to raise them, and not just how I do in this job.
Well, Jeff, we're rooting for you. Your success means our success, so we wish you nothing but the best of luck.
Best of luck to you, Jeff. Great to talk to you today.
Thanks, guys.
Such a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy to talk to,
yeah,
and make his debut as the main anchor there at the CBS Evening News on Monday night, so tune in. Good guy.